Hi, welcome students to our topic on lines and angles. So in our first presentation of PowerPoint or lesson today, we would look into angles on a straight line. Now, what does it mean? Okay, if you have a straight line, what is the kind of angle that we are talking about? Now, I'm going to skip all that and go here. Now, Aubrey says, okay, this is a girl. She's saying that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Do you think this is true? Put in chat, yes or no, everyone. Chat is the place you're going to answer me. Okay, so do you think it's true? First of all, it's just a question. Do you think it is 180 degrees, that the angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees? So Sridhar says it's true. How many of you all say don't know? Please put don't know. Okay, you make a choice. Come on, I'm waiting for some answers here. True, I don't know. Okay, fine, no problem. Also, some of you don't know, no problem. That's what we are going to learn today. Okay, all right. All of you, look at this shape in front of you. It is a circle, okay? Now, tell me, what do you know about circles? Maybe I'll ask someone. Fatin, what do you know about a circle? What have you learned about circles? Is there any knowledge or anything that you know? What is the features of a circle?
No.
It's round. Krish says it's round. Yeah, it's pretty much round. Sridhar has gotten, good. Gloria says there's no sides. It's good. A square has sides, rectangle has sides. No vertices. Okay, because there's no really, sides or anything like that. True enough. What else? What else is about a circle? Now, if I took a line and halved it, what do you call that? A semicircle. Well done. Okay. A semicircle means half a circle. All right. Now, let's just talk about these angles on a straight line. Do you see a straight line, first of all? And it's like sitting on a semicircle. Okay. Now, the angle is supposed to be the space between two straight lines. Remind you, okay? Just, wait. Where did it go? All right. So, what can we say about these angles? So I'm going to draw on this. Hold on. So, guys, look carefully here, okay? Now, imagine if I put a little point here in the center, okay? All right, I put a point. So this becomes as my point of reference, or I can call it O, the center of the circle. All right, remember this, although this is a semicircle, there's still a center point. I put it as O. Now, do you see that O to A is a line? O to B is another line. It just goes in one direction to the left, one direction to the right. Now, where is the angle that we are talking about? Now, the angle exists right here. Okay, this is the space of the angle. All right. So now, that comes back to this question. If you have a circle, remember earlier, it has a center point. What do you think is the angle of a point? Do you know that a point has an angle? Yes, very good. So if I drew a line straight, okay, and I said angle is the space between lines. So this is the space here. This whole thing, okay, when I use a protractor, remember, you can only measure angles using a protractor. It's a tool. Just like how you use certain drawing tools to draw certain things, this is a tool to draw and measure angles. Okay, when you use a protractor, you will notice that the angle here in a point is 360 degrees. Now, how did I get it? The protractor almost looks like a semicircle. Now, if you put the protractor on this semicircle, you will notice that the reading is 180 degrees. Now, you may not still understand this, but hold on. Now, if I were to draw another, complete the circle at the bottom. Now, what is the total angle here? 180 on top, 180 at the bottom. Okay, when you add them up, it's going to be 360. Now, what if I divided it like this into quarters, almost looking like a pizza divided into 4 parts? So it's like asking you, what if I took 180 and divided into 2? Exactly, I will get 90 degrees. And 90 degrees sounds very familiar because it seems like it is related to what we learned in perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines, remember, has a right angle. Okay, so if you have a right angle here, it is 90 degrees. So how many 90 degrees are in a circle? Come on. Very good. There are 4 90 degrees in a circle. Got it? Enough so far. Okay, now we can go on already to the next question. Next question is more like an experiment. Okay, they're asking you, all right, say, look at this. End of the day, guys, you're going to solve questions like this. Okay, you are going to find the value of x. They'll give you this. They call this a, look at the word, quadrilateral. What is the meaning of quad? What is quad? Quad means what? 4. Very good. Quad means 4. Lateral means what? What does lateral mean? Sides or straight lines. Okay? Yes. Quadrilateral means a shape with 4 straight lines. Okay, not for example, you can see here this shape. Can you see this shape here? It's not a rectangle. It's not a square. Now, it's not a rectangle, it's not a square because it doesn't follow the rules for a square. Square requires all the sides to be equal. A rectangle requires the opposites to be equal in length. But this fellow here, it's not equal. But this is not also a trapezium because trapezium's definition is different. Okay, have you seen a trapezium before? Check out. That's a question that you need to now go back and think of. What is the feature of a trapezium? Of course, a square is a quadrilateral. A rectangle is a quadrilateral, but it's a special quadrilateral, so we call it a square. This is a special quadrilateral, so we call it a rectangle. Now, this one is a normal quadrilateral. And what do they say here? They give you that CDE is a straight line. So CDE is a straight line. And they want you to find out what is the angle X. This is the type of questions that you're going to get. And we're going to see how to solve it. Okay, clear? I'm not asking you to do now. I'm just asking you to see it so that you can understand what you're going to work on. Okay? Good. Now let's move on to some experiments. Okay, now simple questions. Just now I told you that on a straight line, it's 180 degrees. Okay, this is total is 180 degrees. So if this is 120, how much is X? All of you, please put in into chat. Okay, I can see Sridhar, Tristan, Fatin, Gloria. 4 of you have answered. Who is still there? I would like all of you to answer. Natasha, good, 60. And how did you get your 60? You took your 180 and minus your 120 and you got your 60. Well done. This is the first thing you start with, the basics of angles. Angles on a straight line. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next question. What about this now, guys? Tell me what's the value of x. If the angle on a straight line is 135 on this side, how much is x? Thank you, Sridhar. Rishabh, thank you. How about the rest? Good, well done. Okay, so this is 45. How did you get 45? Take 180 and minus 135. Good. Simple questions. Now let's move on. We've got 4 presentations today to do. Okay. Next, this one. Almost, 98 degrees is so close to a right angle, but it's not a right angle. How much is this angle? Come on, 180 minus 98. And how much would that be? This would be 7, 8 minus 10 minus 8 would be 2, 7, 8, 9. So 82 is the answer. 180 minus 98. Okay. How did you get 102? I'm a bit curious with that. Nobody. Okay, never mind. You found out. Okay, so this is 82. Okay, I want to do a quick recap. Do you remember what type of angle are these? If this is 82, what kind of angle is this? Very good, Krish. This is standard 6 work. Acute angle. Okay. All right. How about this one? 98. How about this fella? 98. Obtuse. Very good. And what is the third angle that you learned? Okay, the one on the sitting on the perpendicular line. What angle is that? Yes, the right angle. Okay, the right angle. This is from your standard 6. Okay, so now coming to form 1, you work further into angles. Okay. All right, now I'm going to give you another question. Here you go. A little bit more challenging, but not that difficult. You have an angle here, you have another angle here, both are acute. And what is the value of x? Quickly, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Very good. So you can take your calculator, for heaven's sake. I no need to even do mentally. Okay, no need to calculate 26. Just take your calculator and calculate.
Teacher, I left
180
my calculator. I left it at school.
Oh, okay. So very good. 54 degrees. Okay. So good. Let's move on next. Okay. That's right. I'm sorry. Okay. Now here. What about this? What's the value of x? Now you know what this stands for, right? Okay. You know this. You know this. So find x. I'm getting 2 different answers now. Yeah. But then you got to do something. You got to take 180 and minus all those angles that you know. And what would that work out to be? How much is the value of x? Very good. I'd say 3, 4 people have answered. The rest, are you sleeping, guys? Or are you doing some other things? 33 degrees. Okay, how did you get that? You can even say that this thing is 90 degrees. You don't have to work with 180 here because you know this is 90. This also must be 90. 90, 90, 180. So take 90 minus 22 minus 35. You will get 33. Okay, clear. Very good. More questions. Here, this one. Look at it carefully. Look at it very carefully. You'll see x at two places. Now, when you see x at two places and it's x, that means the value of x is the same. Okay? So let's see how many of you will get this right. And I'm very sure you know how you did yourself, if you got the answer. Okay, let's ask one boy how he got the answer. Okay? Well, let's ask Siddharth. He's a newcomer here today. Hi, Siddharth. Can you explain how you got this answer for x? How did you get x? What is the value of x? You can chat. Come on, quick. Cepat, cepat. I'm waiting, my dear boy. Divide by 2. Okay, what do I do before I divide by 2? You missed out that part. Do you have a calculator? Yes, thank you, Krish. 180 minus 46. There's a typo error here. So do this first, and then you divide your answer with 2. Well done. Well done to all of you. And thank you for your answers. You are doing excellent too. Okay? All right, that's it. Let's go on. Algebra. Let's see who can solve this. Algebra into angles. Oh, don't worry. One is x, one is 5x, another is 3x. You know, when you see all these x, you just add them up. How many x's do we have here? Don't talk about your girlfriend x, okay, or boyfriend x, okay? This is just algebra x. There's 8x, no, Krish, there's 9x. 3x plus 5x plus x. So guys, 9x is equals to 180 degrees. So that's right. Most of you got it right. X is equivalent to, very good, 180 degrees. Divide by 9. Okay, and you will get 20 degrees.
Sorry, teacher, miscalculation.
Gloria goes like, wow. Is that, where did 9x come from? There, this kuti x here, x, this is 1x, this is 5x, this is 3x. Don't forget, don't forget. This x doesn't mean he is alone. There's a 1 there. Okay, it counts the value of 1, but you just don't write it as 1x. You understand it as x. Can't we know we did this all last time, isn't it? Okay, all right, well done, good. Let's move on. Next question. Let's see if a more challenging one comes up. Okay. So now, coming back to the question. All right. Tell me, what is the angle of x? Now, for this, you need a hint. Okay, that's right. There's a hint. Okay, let me tell you the hint. The hint is the total angle in a quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral. All the angles will be 360 degrees. I give you that hint. That is your hint. That means this angle plus this angle, use your calculator, plus this angle is 360 degrees. So what is x? That's the hint. The hint is this plus this plus this plus whatever that's here. Very good. Most of you are getting to that. So, Rishabh gave me answer already. Sridhar, click what? Gloria gave me answer. 2 of y'all have given me the answer. How you know it's 360 degrees? Very good, Gloria. We'll come to that next. Okay? Hold on. Okay, just hold on. This one is in our next presentation. Okay, why is this 360? Good question. Okay, but for now, you use the information. You use this information so you know what I'm talking about. 360 degrees minus 92 minus 140 minus 56. And what is the answer here? And then you take 180 and minus that answer that you got. Okay, and that is 72. This is 108. Is it 108? Okay. Thank you, Fatin. So then you take 180 minus 108 and you get 72. Got it? Yeah, it's okay, Krish. Sometimes we make careless mistakes, but as long as you know. All right, guys. That's for this, where we explore angles on a straight line. Now, before we finish this class or finish this PowerPoint lesson, find the value of x for me. There is a triangle there with a right angle, and then there's 38 degrees inside. What's x? Rishabh, calculate again. You sure? Yes. That's correct, Sridhar. Now Rishabh also correct. Yes, that's correct, Krish. How about the rest? Do you see how to get this x? But serious about what? Yes, Gloria, correct. Yes, Fatin, correct. Okay. Okay, good. You got it. So this is 90 degrees. Of course, the other part is also 90 degrees. Oh, that's good. Good to hear that. All right. So take 90 minus 38 and you'll get 52 degrees. All right, let's clear this and let's exit this presentation. Let's go to the next one, okay? So far, do you all understand? So far, so good? Okay, pause for a while. All right, now part 2, we're going to explore angles about a point, or you could say on a point. Now, if you look carefully, the lines here, okay, are diagonal lines. They're just X lines, you know, they just cross over. There are actually many lines here. And so they form many different angles. Look very carefully. Angle A, the color is coded blue. Angle C is also coded blue. Angle B is in like an orangish brown color, and this one is given there for you. Now let's just explore this one question on our left. Okay, this one, okay? If this is a straight line, all these, they're all straight lines. Tell me the value of A. You learned this already in our previous lesson. What is the value of A? This is a straight line. This is 120. You got to tilt your face a bit if you really want to look at the straight line there. Good. Well done, Rishabh. It's 60 degrees. Now, what do you think angle B is? You imagine this is like your 180. So B is 120. Okay, how about C? What is C? 60. Now, can you actually, okay, let's now go to the one on the right before we make a comparison. Okay, let's go to this picture on the right. Look at all the color codes there. You can see green, you can see the same brown, and you can see blue. Now, I have this 120 and the same color here, okay? Now, don't worry about that yet. I have 120, I have 20, and this is a straight line. So this is 180. what is the value or what is the value of angle D? So this is 120, this is 420, very good. This is 40 degrees. Now, look at this. The blue and blue, this will also be 40 degrees. The F and the 20 degrees, this will also be 20 degrees, and this E will be 120 degrees. What can you say from these two pictures? What can you say? Yes, there's something about opposite angles. Am I right? These opposite angles crossing two straight lines, two diagonal lines are the same. Genetically opposite angle, vertically opposite angle. Oh my God, guys, just, it's just opposite angles. All right. Let's not make life too complicated. Okay. All right. So take note about this. Just remember just now I told you that example that if you have a point, you have 360 degrees. Remember this? In the beginning, I spoke about this. 360 degrees is the angle on a point. Yeah, that's true. The colors make it easier for you to understand rather than black and white. And I honestly don't believe in giving specific names or teaching you about names because you don't have to remember them. All you need to do is find the value of X. Find it. That's how I learn and that's how I remember until today. You don't need to really know A to Z who created maths, Albert Einstein, story, blah, 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 all. Never mind. You know this is opposite angles. In a straight line, on a diagonal line, okay, it's going to be the same. Got it? You can take that effort to understand it or remember the names. Look, let's go straight to question. Let's practice it. Let's apply it. Now, I told you a clue just now. On a point, all the angles add up to 360. Now you see the point is there in the center. So I have an angle here, I have an angle here. Use your calculator and find out what is X. Oh, wow, how come two people giving me two different answers? Quickly. It's okay, Rishabh, you don't have to say degrees. I understand. It's all degrees we are doing here. Okay. But you got to check your answers, please. Again. What is 360 minus 135? And again, minus 70. You should get 155. Did you get that? Yes. Okay. Now you understand this? Teacher, why is the circle like that? You mean this circle or this circle? Which circle are you talking about? The second one, this one lah. Correct. Well, I mean, they didn't really draw a circle, but there is a circle here. That's why you have a point. Okay. Mercedes-Benz. Cool lah, you guys. Okay. All right. Hey, angles and lines, and they are everywhere. Start looking at symbols. Start looking at logos. You will find them existing everywhere. Okay, you cannot escape. Your door has angles and lines. When you open your door full, it's 90 degrees. Do you know that? You can create acute right angle, acute, but you cannot create obtuse angle on your door. Do you understand that? Huh. Okay, let's move on now. Next question on our screen. Very good. See, very good. 360 degrees minus 135. Yes, 225. That's right. You will see angles everywhere. Your notice board is an angle of 4 right angles there. Okay. So clear the drawing and I'm going to move on. Move on. Okay. Next question. Here you go. What is the value of X? This is angles on a point. Remember point. Point means titik. Okay. Very good. 250 is the answer. 75 and 35 is 110. So 360 minus 110 is 250. So well done. Okay, good. Let's move on. Next question. Here you go. There's two values now you got to find, guys. X and Y. X is pretty easy. X is so easy. What is X? X is 180 exactly. Angle on a straight line is 180. What about Y? It shouldn't be a problem because we have done these questions before. Quickly, take your calculator. What is the value of Y? Very good. Well done. Y is 46 degrees. Okay? Clear? Now let's move on. Next question. Okay. Algebra. Ta-da. Welcome. Which answer, Tristan? The previous one is it? Okay, hold on, guys. I need to go back. Reverse, go astern. This one, Tristan, my darling, this is 180, right? So take 180 minus 40 minus 94. See, just now I told you on a point, this is 180. The other side is also 180. That's why you get 360 degrees on a point. But on a line, it's 180 degrees. Half of 360. So take 180 minus 94 minus 40. Do you understand now, Tristan? Can we move on? Boleh? Okay, very good. Okay, let's move on. Now, next thing, somebody say, oh my God, we see algebra already. Correct, look. Okay, somebody calculated already. Okay, here we have 4x, 3x, and x. How many x do you have? 4 plus 4 plus 3 and 1. So that's 12x. Very good. And that 12x is 360 degrees. It's all on a point. So what is x? Very good. 30 degrees. Well done to all of you who got the answer. Okay? That's it. You see that? It's not that difficult. Yes or not? Okay. A return to context. Guys, what about x here? What is the value of x? 155. Well done. How did you get it? Take 360 minus 135 and minus again 70. You just saw the answer. Okay, never mind. I tertekan there already. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, before you go or before we end this next second PowerPoint, find the value of x. Remember, this is a circle. This is something real. You can have your back hanging like that, forming angles. Mercedes-Benz. Okay. So what is the value of x? Well done. You take 360 minus 164. Okay. And your answer, you divide by 2 because x and x. Very good. And that will give you 98 degrees. In fact, this topic on angles and lines and geometry is one of the most interesting topics in maths. Really, okay? And easy, in fact, not that difficult. Okay. Dengan ini, second presentation is over. Okay. Now we'll go to the third one. So I'm going to pause for a while. Wait. So guys, the third part of our lesson today looks into vertically opposite angles. All right. Let's look at this. Angles on a point. That's what we did previously. So this is 120. Okay. Now, if this is 120, then this green angle, say I put this as B. What is the value for B? Okay, this is on a straight line. Very good, 60. Okay. But if this is 60, you see this is also a straight line. And if this is 60, this must be 120. And again, you see a straight line. And if this is 120, okay, then this must be again 60. So it comes here to explain that vertically opposite angles, okay? For example, this and this, it's like that same space we share. It's like a mirror almost. Okay, the line almost forms like a mirror. Okay, these all are like lines, okay, straight lines. So every angle is an opposite. You can use these colors to actually help you understand. The vertically opposite angle for this will be exactly this, where you see the two lines cross and the other space opposite it. This angle will be the same. That's the rule, or that's the law that you should know. Okay. Now this angle, you see it forms an X. For me, it's very simple. How do I remember this? If you have two lines, okay, if you have two straight lines, okay, it must be straight lines. The angle that forms on the opposites are the same. If this is A, this is also A. This will be 180 minus A. Whatever it is, it could be B, and this will also be B. That's it. That knowledge is enough for you to solve the questions. So let's move on. Let's see questions, okay? Tada, tada, tada. Okay, so that's it. It's like a scissors. Okay, can you imagine a scissors like that? And then, you know, the angles, like you make an X like that. And so you have opposite angles. So you tell me now, looking at this, which pairs of angles are equal? Which pairs are equal? K and I, very good. K and I, J and H. Why, Tristan? Why? H and J or J and H? Doesn't matter. Okay, good. Next question. Okay. All right. Huh. Okay, don't get shocked. Your exam questions may look something like this. Remember last week I told you about isosceles triangles? Triangles with same legs. Two sides of it are the same. Segitiga sama kaki. So let's read. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle that is A, B, and C. No problem. Lines BCD, where is BCD? BCD and ACE are straight lines. You see, let me tell you this, pay attention. Whenever you read any questions with regards to the topic of angles and lines, they will always mention this. These line and these line are straight lines. Because if they don't mention it, you can assume that it's not straight. Do you know that? And if it's not straight, then none of the principles of angles will work. You cannot use any of the laws, like the 180 degrees or 360 degrees. You cannot use them if they didn't mention that they are straight lines. So your question will surely need to mention it. Go and check. Go and check every question in your activity book. Every line they will write it out. They'll say this line and this line are straight lines. Why? So that you can apply the laws on the straight lines. Because you cannot do anything on a curvy line. Okay, no angle. This is not an angle. Okay, understand? All right. So you're going to solve questions like this. I'm not going to ask you to do now because this is an example. Okay, let's look into simpler questions. Vertically opposite angles. VOA. All right. What is the value for A, guys? This is simply very easy. Quick. A is opposite with 35. It's an X like a scissors there. So it's 35 degrees. Good. Next. What is the value for D? First start with D. D is 142. Well done. Now, how about E and F? They are the same. But what is the value of E and F? E is how much? And how did you get 38, Sridhar? Can you just share with the class? Don't go oh, okay. Just tell me how you got 38. That's right, Sridhar. 180 degrees. That's angles on the straight line minus 142. Okay, now that you get 38? Yeah, you get 38. Done? Very good, Sridhar. Thank you. Do you guys? Oh, you took 100, 360? No problem, Tristan. You can also take 360, guys. And do what? Minus 142, minus again another 142, and then divide by 2. Because E and F is the same. Did you get 38, Tristan? Did you get the same answer? No. Aduhai. Rishabh, can you check your calculator and tell me whether if you took, all of you also, take your calculator, 360, type it in, minus 142. Tristan, do it again. Okay, you take in minus 142, and then you got your answer, you get minus again another 142. So you got these two angles out. You now have E and F. And then you got to divide by 2 that answer because E and F are the same. Everybody got it, Tristan? Come on, check it again. You should get the same answer. Okay? Yes, he got it. Good. Now we can move on. Next question. Algebra. Welcome, welcome, all of you. Try. Come on. Good. Try this now and tell me. I'm waiting. I am waiting for your answers. Remember, okay, that's what I'm going to be when I'm solving the question. Not really. Guys, remember what we just learned? Vertically opposite angles. 1 minute. So, vertically opposite angles means they are the same. Use that knowledge. That means y plus 23 is the same as 5y minus 137. Aduhai. Now you group the y together over here. Okay. So you minus the y on the left side. So 5y minus y. Now this 137 also you want to get rid of it. You plus 137. So this one will become 23 plus 137. You remember we worked out linear equations a couple of weeks ago. So this will now become 4y. And what is 23 plus 137? Use your calculator if you don't even know how to calculate that. It's 160 degrees. 160 lah, okay? Yeah, we can always do anything with maths. Y is equals to 40 degrees. Got it? Now, this is when we are cross-breeding the topics. Yeah, we always must do that. We must always mix and mingle and campur adukkan everything like a rojak. You know? So yes, why can't we? We can do that. No, opposite angles are the same. Okay? Yes, Krish, any questions?
I still do not understand this part. I never learned this in my school algebra. I know my school angle, sorry.
We learned algebra, kan?
No, algebra, yes, sorry. I didn't learn this in my school angle. In my textbook,
this is like a bit like K-bar question, okay, not? All right, this is K-bar. Okay, you understand this? How I got this? This is from here. I practically copied it. And then I move about. The y I put together, the number I put together. This is what we did in linear equations. Remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Then I get number on one side, I get algebra on the other side. Then I get my unknown. You understand? And my unknown happens to be an angle. That's all.
So just this after the 23 plus 137 equals to 5 y minus y. After that, I don't understand.
After
What is
that, okay,
before the
fine.
slash?
Where? This one?
No. Like after that, like below 23 plus 137. Yes.
Okay.
What's
23 plus 137, isn't it the answer 160?
no, oh, that's one.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, you thought what?
I thought
It's
it
not
was
a slash,
slash.
it's a one. Sorry, it's a one. 160, 160. 160 equals to 4y. So bahagi 4
Oh
is
my god.
equals to 40. Now you understand?
Yeah, I thought that was a slash.
No, it's not a slash. It's 160. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, clear now? This is K bar. K bar. Why their answer different? Oh, sorry. Why only we found? We didn't find the angle yet. So y was 40. So 40 plus 23. So this is 63. Do you understand? Now, you got to check it out if you want to really sure. Is this true? So take 5 times 40 and minus it with 137. Do you get 63? You put that value 5 times 40, which is 200. 200 minus 137, do you get 63? So you see, you found it. You found the angle. Just now, we only found y. Okay, we didn't find the angle yet. So the angle is y plus 23. Clear? Okay, but now let's go back to that beginning question that we had. Remember, we showed you the isosceles triangle there and the straight lines there. So what is the first thing you're going to do? You're going to find C because it's opposite. Yes or not? So this fella is going to be 1, 1, 4. Correct or not? C is 1, 1, 4. Now, using your knowledge in primary 6 about isosceles triangle, what do you know? These two angles are the same. And then the angle inside the triangle, if you add this and this and this, it will be 180 degrees. So what do? You take 180, the total angle inside the triangle. I hope you remember these. This standard 6 work. You remember or not? Total angle inside the triangle is 180 degrees. I got C. C is 114. So I'll take and minus 114. What is my answer here first? What is 180 minus 114? Come on, guys. 66 ka? Okay, 66. Now take 66 and divide by 2 because there are two angles here. Okay, so each angle will be, thank you very much, 33 degrees. Now, first of all, they tell you find the size of ACB. Angle ACB means angle C there. Give a reason. The reason is opposite, vertically opposite angles. That's why it's 114. Find the size of angle ABC. ABC. That means this angle. Give a reason. The angle inside a triangle, the total angle is 180. So this is an isosceles triangle. Clue for you. There are two angles which are the same. Apply that knowledge. 180 minus 114 and then divide by 2. Do you understand now? Can I have a thumbs up? If so far, you could understand what we have been doing. Gloria says good. She's all right. Good. Okay. So the rest. So far, so good, huh? Okay, let's clear this. And some people still don't pula. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're going to the last part of our lesson. Okay. Hold on, guys. All right, guys. Coming to the last part, angles in parallel lines. You know what's parallel lines? They never touch each other. However far they are extended, sometimes you just have to think of a train track, like what exactly the example is. This is called parallel lines. And you must know that we use arrows to show that these lines are parallel. Okay, arrows like this. All right, if there is more than one set, these arrows you will have like a double arrow. All right, 2 arrows or 3 arrows and so on. Okay, that's parallel lines. So let's move on. What else do we need to know? Okay, when a line intersects 2 parallel lines, okay, I'm going to just show you what is happening. Like this. When a straight line will cross the parallel lines, you're going to create angles. Where is the angle? So many angles. One angle here, one angle here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Can you see? But so many angles. Did you see that or not? My messy drawing? Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Maybe they'll show a better example. Look carefully. Can you see the angles? Beautiful there. It's not symmetrical here. We are talking about parallel. Don't go to symmetry yet. Symmetry is a completely different ball game. Wait, what do you mean you forgot? Don't worry, we will remind you here. Angles on a straight line always add to 180. That you know. Okay, now? So now, you see, this is a parallel line, guys. Okay, 2 parallel lines. What happens here is I go and draw a straight line. Where is my straight line? Here, AB is my straight line. So when I draw a straight line on parallel lines, I create angles. So I'm going to put this as angle C. And this is angle D, angle donkey. Now let me tell you, what do we learn here? We are going to learn that this C is going to be same as this. That's what we're going to know. Because they are parallel, so it's like almost copies itself. This angle D is going to be same as this. Can you see? It's not that difficult. Okay, let's go to some examples. Maybe with examples, you will understand. Okay. Vertically opposite angles. You remember this? On a like a scissors? Remember the scissors? They are equal. We learned that. So look at all these pictures. They are parallel lines. Okay, I'm going to show you here. They are parallel lines, parallel lines, parallel lines, parallel lines. But they have a straight line cutting through them, creating vertically opposite angles that we have learned earlier. So what do we know about vertically opposite angles? They're the same. So I go one angle here and one angle here, they're going to be the same. This angle and this angle is going to be the same. This angle and this angle intersecting at the bottom line is going to be the same, vice versa with the opposites. Can I have a thumbs up if you understood this? Hold on, come to the names later, okay? All right, do you understand how these vertically opposite angles can exist in parallel lines? By looking at the picture, you see parallel lines are here. This is vertically opposite angles which we just went through. But now instead of one line and one line, we have 2 lines, like a twin line, almost like a twin line. Okay, so let's clear this, move on a bit, see what else we have. Now, if you want to prove it, no worries, you can prove it. How? Use the straight line. Okay, here. How do I prove that C is 180? First of all, you take 180 minus 80 and you get B, which is 100. Then you take 180 on this line and minus 100 and you will get 80. So it proves that vertically opposite angles are the same. Okay, this is how you do it. Clear? Let's go. There's something called here corresponding angles. Let's look at the examples. No need to read so much. Look at it. Can you see? They are like pairs of angles. They're like corresponding. It's like almost the F word terbalik. Like how I tell you the F word is not a bad word. Huh? It's the F good word. F, can you see? It's forming an F. So the angle below here is the same. Again, F, a mirrored F. The angle below here is the same. Again, you see the F. This is almost the same, you know, but this is the angle on top. It's the same. And what do we call these angles? Corresponding angles. Okay, they are equal. So which means if this is 100, this is also going to be 100. If this is 60, this is also going to be 60. If this is 80, this is going to be 80. But of course, the letter F originally looks like this. But over here, it's just like a parallel line. If I extend this way, it's like two parallel lines. So angles here are called corresponding angles. They are the same. Okay? Do you understand this? Now we do questions. Okay, enough already. We go questions. That's it. Okay, oh, one more one. Alternate angles. This one also. This one is Z. Remember the alphabet Z. Can you see Z here? When you see a Z, they are called alternate angles. Which means what? The angle inside here, if this is 60, this fellow is also 60. So you remember only two words, the F and the Z. Okay, this is Z. Don't just question, teacher, where is the Z? The Z is just spread out. Okay, so this angle and this angle is the same. This angle and this angle is the same. That's alternate angles. So you learn two things, huh? Corresponding angle, alternate angles. All right, let's move on. I'm going to go to, okay, so many angles now. All right, guys. What do you say? This is U angle, okay? What do you see here? A U. Can you see a U here? And then you can see another U here. Now, they are not the same. This time it's not the same. What you need to know is, you add them up, it's 180 degrees. Same like a straight line. Okay, you want to call it C? Fine. You prefer it like a C? Can, sure, why not? So we learned the Y, we learned the Fs, we learned the Zs, and we learned the Cs. Okay, we call this what? There are so many names for it. Co-interior lah, supplementary lah, or allied angles. You know, just like some of you can have nicknames and so many names. To even call these angles, there are three different ways to call it. Supplementary angles, co-interior angles. That sounds nice, huh? Like co-interior designing. Co-interior, that means they are like, I'm and you are partners. We are interiors. We are inside. We are looking at each other. So we are the, at both of us. Sounds so high class. Co-interior. I like co-interior. Allied somehow sounds good. Sounds like the Allied Force, US and UK and all these forces. This is US and this is UK. Allied lah. Okay. All right. So this one. All right, guys, we have to move on. This is just a knowledge. You got to apply all this later. So don't worry about it too much. Okay. Let's go to examples. What do you think this is? What do you think the value of A is? Come on, put in chat. What do you think the value of A? I don't have to tell me the type, but just tell me what's the value of A. 70, good. Do you see the Z here? Okay, can you see the Z? So, equals. Okay, clear? This is the time you answer me, yeah? See, they also draw the Z. You are right, Sridhar. Okay, it's alternate angles. But at this point, you just try to grasp, it easier. I would suggest later I'll share with you some charts, print it out, put it up on your door so that you can every day see these angles after a class like this. Okay, before that, it won't make sense. After this, I'll send you some charts. Okay, you can print it out, put it on your wall, and then you can remember it. Okay, much better. Okay, let's go here. Two parallel lines and a straight line crossing it. Okay, can you see two parallel lines and a straight line crossing it? And then I have 65. So you remember this one, and then the interior thingy angle, you remember? What did it say? Both you add is going to give you 180. Am I right? So what is the value of C? What is the value of C? You're going to take 180 and minus 65. Because it's supposed to be the co-interior angle, I and you make 180 kind of relationship between them. So thank you, Gloria. That's 115. Is it right? Okay, so if this is 115, then what is B? Now you use the straight line also can, or you can even go with the other one. The other pattern, the F. Remember the F? So the alternate angles, remember? So B is going to be 65 as well. Do you see it now? Do you see the things that you saw earlier being applied? Very interesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody's excited, really. Okay, good. F, the F, okay? So you see, corresponding angle. So remember, corresponding angles are equal. So therefore, yeah, it's corresponding. Angle B is 65. B is 65. Okay. And then the other one, the co-interior angle, 65 plus C is going to be 180. Okay, guys. Okay, don't want to example 3 now. Okay, all of you. Apa ini angle? Apa jawapan? Cepat.
110.
Macam mana kamu tahu?
Opposite and the alternate angles.
Opposite?
No, and alternate angles. Sorry. Alternate angles. Sorry.
Betul ke 110?
Yeah.
Ini nampak macam kecil. This looks small. This looks small.
Yeah, we should treat everyone
Cannot
equally.
be more than 100.
Say everyone is small a bit.
Hey, I can know. Because why? I put a ruler itself, I'll know. This angle is less than 90 degrees. D is definitely less than 90 degrees. Can you see that? So sometimes you must use common sense. Okay. Look here. Even if you use straight lines, this is going to be how much? 70. Betul? Because 70 plus 110 is 180. Then you can use this, the Z. Do you understand? And D is 70. Okay, faham? You see, any angle that's looking less than a 90 degrees, don't go and say, this fella must be 120 degrees. You get a nice donking on your head, I'm telling you. Because common sense, this is less than 90 degrees. This is an acute angle. Look yourself, you know, acute. Less than 90. Understand or not? Okay. Okay, let's go. Samu, I want question. Your turn. You so long was my turn, is it? Okay. All right. Guys, I think that's enough for today. I'll snapshot this and send it in your WhatsApp. Okay. Later, I will snapshot these questions all. Okay. Ada banyak soalan di sini. Okay, looks very interesting. This one we will keep it. Enough for today. All right, guys. So I'm going to stop. And at this point, what you need to do is just your module. What you can do, you do. Okay. Let me stop the recording.